How's it going, everyone? Out here on a night hunt. This is a park that's close by to my house. I usually don't come to this park. It's a little sketchy, but that's all right. I'm keeping my eyes out, and I do prefer nighttime hunting. Less people, although yeah, where I'm at, yeah, I gotta just keep a close eye of my surroundings. But in any case, I have the Deus 2 with the HF2 coil. I'm rocking the WSAST stereo puck with two independent speakers. I'll pull one out, and there's these guys right here. You get on Amazon. Thank you, Digging Dude, for sending me a link for these. I ended up buying two. Why not? We're doing stereo. We have stereo capabilities with the Deus 2 now, so why not use it, even if I'm using it in an external mode. So I've been fooling with multi-processing a little bit. I haven't gone out much with it. So far I like it. I'm gonna run through some of the settings that I do on my machine. I decided to come back to this park is because when I got my Deus 2, this is the first park I hit. Only because it was closer to my house and I was anxious. I got my Deus 2 last year around October sometime, and I hit this park and I had nothing but struggles, you know, new machine. And so now that I got a little bit more time with it, took it out plenty of times. I love the machine. It is a little bit how can I say, I don't want to say complicated, because it's not complicated if you read up on it, do your research, use it, go through the settings, and try not to get frustrated. I like the way this HF2 coil performs, and what I'm hoping today is also pointing out a frequency shifting program to help discard junk targets. You know, it's a tool that TN Sharpshooter came up with, a system, and honestly, ever since I set eyes on those videos and his early videos demonstrating this stuff, I tried it, and man, why wouldn't you want to use this coil, or at least include it with, you know, your regular way of using your detector. He discovered a really good method, and it does help you get through a lot of targets that are not desirable when hunting for gold rings or hunting for rings. So hopefully I'll get into some of those targets, but let's get into the setup. So I'm in the general program. Let's go down the line. Discrimination, I'm gonna go up to 40. Okay. Silencer 2, sensitivity 95. So right now in the general program, default with the HF2 coil is 53 kilohertz. I'm going down to the 29 kilohertz band, and I want to make sure that I'm at 0. And then I'm also going to check out the 89 kilohertz band. I'm going to be toggling back and forth between those two frequency bands. Hopefully we'll have some good demonstrations. If not, forgive me, I'm not a video maker, but I'm just giving it a shot. So frequency band, I have it set for my hunt program. And for this check program, I included in my hunt program. I don't have a separate program, but you could set a different program and save it. I kind of like setting up my Deus 2 every single time instead of saving a program. For some reason, it helped me learn it a lot faster, navigate through all the menus and all that. So I actually enjoy putting in all the settings, you know, until one day I'll save them. But for now, so the next thing is iron volume. I'm going to raise that up to 9. Reactivity, I'm going to lower to 1.5. For these parks, you really, you know, this coil will go deep enough to get desirable targets, at least coins or what have you, you know, jewelry, whatever. I found more jewelry with this coil than I have with any other detector, including the FMF coil. Although I have found some jewelry with the FMF coil as well. But wow, this is a cool coil. So anyways, reactivity 1.5, it gives you a little bit more depth, and also it separates very well. I don't have any problems with that. So multi-processing, let's get into that. Let's turn it on. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to be using the Morph 1 program, and let's start going through the setup here. So as far as my panning, I'm going to leave it in the center. The effects, I'm going to go ahead and leave on channel 1. Reactivity, I'm going to set that to 1.5 on channel 1. Channel 2, I'm going to set to 3. Sensitivity, channel 1, 95. Sensitivity, 92. Let's bump this up to 90. Okay. Next is volume. I have both channels at 9. That's fine. I'll just leave it like that. Although actually, you know what? Channel 2, I'm gonna drop the volume. I'm gonna drop it to about 7. Since that one's gonna be on my faster reactivity. So it'll be stuff more on the surface. So just so I don't have to, so it doesn't like wail off loud or what have you. Audio type, I have low square, channel 1. So channel 2, I'm just gonna go square. So tones, I have those set, the iron tone. I can't see the number, but I'm leaving it alone. Iron volume, I'm sorry, iron tone, I'm gonna leave that alone. Iron volume, I have both channels set to 9, and I'm in the discrimination setting. So that's all it is to the multi-processing part, at least me fooling around with this program. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna go back into the effects, and I'm gonna go to the first one. I'm gonna choose effect number 2, and that's it. That's the only difference that I'm gonna do. So I'm going back now to my audio settings. I'm gonna press select. I'm gonna scroll through audio filter. I like to set my audio filter to 2. Audio filter I like a lot. If you have any little I don't know, little noise or faint noise in the background, it cleans it up really good, and I haven't noticed loss in performance doing so, or a compromise. So EQ, I have my, I'm ready to go. All right, so let's see what we find. See you guys at the first target. My first gold range target. I'm getting 61 in the 29 kilohertz band. I'm switching over to the 89 kilohertz band. I got like a 5-point rise. So since there is a rise, I'm gonna go ahead and just dig this one. I'm not gonna do tone break. So this could be a ring. This could be, but this is a very trashy park. I suspect it might not be, might be other. But at least I have an idea. By the way, guys, one of the reasons I like using external speakers at night is because I'm aware of my surroundings. When I have the XL headphones on, you really get blocked off from what's going on around you, and that's not good. I'm sure there's here's the piece of, this is a piece of broken pull tab. Okay, first low conductive target, switching between bands. I'm getting a 45. Let's switch over to the 89 kilohertz band. 1 point rise. This is another example of a walker. Let's just confirm it. Let me just tell you guys, having the external speakers in actual stereo does help a lot, and it sounds really cool. You could hear a little bit more separation. You're supposed to, at least. Okay, you have to fool with it. You have to make sure you have the right cables, and I'll go over that later on. And here we are. I wasted that little bit of time pulling this piece of crap. Okay, I called it a no digger. And just another example. 42 in the 29 kilohertz band, channel 0. Switching over to the 89 kilohertz band, channel 6. Still a 42, so I would be walking on this one. Just pointing out TN sharpshooter's method here, and discarding junk targets. And there it is right here. Piece of foil. Okay, I didn't need to stop on this target, but I just kept walking. But just for demo purposes, there it is. GoPro. Hitting another gold rage signal. Hitting a 49. Switching over to the 89 kilohertz band, channel 6. 1 point rise. This is junk. Okay. Hide it right now. A little bit more dense soil here. Hopefully we could pluck it out quickly. And there it is. This is bullshit. Unnecessary to dig up. If you just know how to use this simple method of switching frequencies, how hard is that? Takes a few seconds, and you could discard stuff like this. But the irony is I'm actually enjoying digging this stuff up, because I'm showing you guys, I'm calling it, you know, I'm calling it what it is. And that's, you know, one of the benefits of this HF2 coil, being able to do that. Here's a 62. Let's check this one out. Need to make sure I'm in the, let me go to the 29 kilohertz band. So this is a 58. Here's a little bit of ID rise. This is most likely going to be something like a piece of Canslaw or beaver gel. And there it is. It's a piece of Canslaw. Gave a little bit of a rise in ID. So you start, you know, noticing behavior in different types of trash. I called it. Cancel. All right, so little battle of the detectors here. I had my brother-in-law come over to this target. It's a 62. I know what it is. 29 kilohertz band, channel 0. Switching over to the 89 kilohertz band, channel 6. 65 on the 89 kilohertz band, 3-point rise. He called it a pull tab. I called it a nickel. Nickel. 63 in the 29. 89 kilohertz band, channels 6. 65. Another nickel. And there it is, another nickel. All right, I have another gold range target, ID 40, what is it, 46? Switching over to the 89 kilohertz band. About a 1-point rise. This target here is a no digger, so I would be walking on it, but just for demonstration purposes, let's dig it out. Looking around my surroundings. Oh, and there it is. It's a bottle cap. I actually had just like a 2-point rise. Generally, if it's like a 3-point rise or higher, I would dig it. This was like 1 to 2 points, and that's just one demonstration on how this frequency switching program could help you save time, not having to dig those low numbers, those gold range numbers that are junk. Another mid-conductive target, 56, 29 kilohertz band. Switching over to the 89 kilohertz band, channel 6. 62. Quite a bit of a rise, so I'm gonna check it out. Most likely it is gonna be some kind of pull tab or something. Maybe some sort of ring enclosure, or it could just be junk, and it's junk, but it gave quite a bit of rise. And let's see what it is. It's a piece of foil. It can't just be the foil. Oh, okay. It was several pieces of foil. No, it's got to be something else, because foil usually will stay. Foil usually stay the same ID or drop, so there's something in here that was causing that signal to rise, that ID to rise. Let's see what it is. Right here. Oh, so check this out. There was a penny in the mix. So this penny's wasted, so it's gonna be a zinc, but I had foil and the penny, so if this penny was in here, the ID most likely wouldn't have rose, but since it was there, it caused it to go up. So okay, that was a masked target. All right, I'm hitting another mid-conductive target, a gold range. 62. Okay, I already looked at this target, but let me tell you guys, let me ask you something. At 62, what could this be? It could be a pull tab, it could be a piece of foil, it could be a nickel. However, with the sharpshooter's method and behavior of this HF2 coil, let's look at the 29 kilohertz band channel 0, 62, 89 kilohertz band channel 6. That's a 3-point rise. This, my friend, is gonna be absolutely a nickel. One nickel coming up. And there it is. Didn't I tell you guys it was going to be a nickel? With certainty. That's just another example of how this system sharpshooter came up with is so brilliant. Because, for instance, I like digging up nickels. All right, and at least I know that's a nickel for sure. You know, I discarded it from foil, from can slaw, from even a pull tab, because of its unique behavior of the 3-point rise. See you next target. GoPro, stop recording. Here we have another gold range signal, lower, 43, the 29 kilohertz band channel 0, 89 kilohertz band channel 6. There is no rise in ID. This is a walker, but for demo purposes, let's check it out. Most likely a piece of foil. And there it is, piece of foil. We have another gold range signal. This is about 60 in the 29 kilohertz band, switching over to the 89 kilohertz band. 59. This is a walker as well. This is one of those BS targets that you don't have to be digging out. So you see how this system, you guys tell me that's not useful. Okay, is it 100% like proof? No, but man, it does save you a lot of time. Time I'm digging out this target, I could be hitting another target, being that I'm almost out of here. But this is fun. I wanted to demonstrate this to you guys. It's the least I could contribute. Sharpshooter putting in all this work to, you know, bring something and sharing with us. The least we could do is expose, you know, what he's come up with. And this is a bottle cap. So this is kind of strange on the bottle caps. I don't know if it's because of the conditions of the ground, but usually there'll be a little hike on the bottle caps. But I mean, look at that, trash again. Just discarded that. All right guys, well, I have to end my hunt. I didn't realize it was 11:15 at night. So whatever I find from here to my car, quickly, because the wife called, worried about me. Yeah, I'm not in the best neighborhood, like I pointed out earlier, right now. But this is the love for metal detecting. All right, what is it? Penny. Okay. I wanted to give my thoughts on multi-processing before I end this video. So I had thought about hard buying the headphones. I don't know if I really wanted them, and I've seen mixed reviews or opinions about it. Some people say it's just too confusing, it's too complicated, and to be honest with you guys, it's really not complicated. Does it complicate the setup a little bit? Yeah, because you have to set up your machine. You have to pretty much you pretty much have to go through each setting and play with it and fool with it. And if it's something that's too much for you, look at that screaming 98. That's something falsing. Hold on, let's see. I'm in the 89 kilohertz band. Let me see. That's a quarter. I gotta get it back to the 29 kilohertz band. Back to the multi-processing. I really enjoy it. I don't find it confusing at all. You don't have to do like crazy radical settings. You try the settings. You know, you could just start with what comes stock in the program, although I didn't. It didn't make sense for me. They're just settings. So, you know, you pretty much just set up your machine the way you want, and times 2. So the first set of settings on channel 1, I usually just roll with my regular settings. Here's my quarter. And then channel 2 would be like the second option I would want on the other end, you know. So one low reactivity or lower reactivity, one higher reactivity, and not too crazy apart from each other, so you don't get all mixed up. But it's really not difficult. Like anything on any metal detector, you have to put the time into it to learn the machine. I'm nowhere near like mastering this machine, but I do feel a lot more comfortable with it. And the settings that I use, I try them out, I switch it up every once in a while. Look at that, 94. See, I'm never gonna get home. It's on the surface, it's a penny. But don't be intimidated by the multi-processing. It's pretty cool. I mean, why wouldn't you want to run 2 sets of settings on a machine? You know, that gives you, you know, think about it. If without the multi-processing, you're either going to run it at a fast reactivity or a lower reactivity, depending you want depth. So why not be able to run it on both? You know, that's what this update's about, and I think it's good. Now, am I like 100% used to it yet? I'm not, but I'm not struggling with it. I'm enjoying it. I made my own adjustments here and there, and there's so many more adjustments to make later on, you know, to try something else. So don't get discouraged. For 150 bucks for the WSAST, and it unlocks these features. That's a cool thing, and I think it's worth it. And you don't have to use it all the time. I'm definitely gonna use it for a good amount of time until I'm very comfortable with it, because that's just the way I'm gonna learn. If I don't put the time into it, I'll lose interest in it, and then didn't really give it a fair chance, right? So those are my thoughts on the multi-processing. Man, I'm never gonna leave this park. Another dime. Yeah, this will be the last target of the day. Thank you guys for watching. Come on, last target of the day. Let's get you out. I like the pitch effect on the pinpointer also. That's, by the way, and you don't need to buy headphones for that. You do need to buy headphones though to use the pitch effect. And here it is, I think, right here, a dime. Well, that'll be it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Until the next video I make.